Okay, Rabbi, Erev Tov. We have a Pirkeh Avot, Pirkeh Rabbi. So it says over here in the fourth parak something interesting. Al tehi baz lechol adam, ve'al tehi maflig lechol davar. She'en lecha adam she'en lo sha'a, ve'en lecha davar she'en lo makom. So what does this mean? Very important lesson over here. There are many things that we see in the world, and we look around and we say, why do we have these things? Why? For what? What do we need this for? Why did Hashem make this? Why did He make these people? Why did He make these animals? What about the insects? What did He make them for? All these things. What do we need these things for? Hashem made things. So, the truth is, right, that according to Kabbalah, you should know that nothing in this world, the Arizal used to say, like this, nothing in this world is for nothing. Everything has a purpose. Yeah. Even though you don't understand why this thing was recreated, Hashem knows what the purpose is. That's why, it's something incredible. I remember reading that the Arizal Alav Shalom, he used to, be makpid, that he wouldn't kill any, like insect, like in the summer, we see a fly, right? What do? We swat him. We kill him right there on the spot, right? Or, we bring, right, the exterminator, to kill the cockroaches, like all kinds of things like this. We kill a lot of insects, we have no problem with that. But the Arizal was makpid. He would not kill no insects. He wouldn't kill a mosquito, or a fly or something like that, right? Or a moth or whatever it is, right? Butterfly. Why? Because you're bothering Hashem by doing this. You know why? Not because He has to make another one, to take the place of this one. Don't bother Him. So the Arizal used to be like this, He wouldn't even kill because now Hashem has to make another one to come in its place. So what do I need this for? For what? So the truth is, why do we kill these insects? What's the reason why we do? Is it allowed according to halakha to kill them? It is. Why? Because they bother us. This is the reason why we kill them. They're bothering us. They're going into our ear. Zzz, 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 or they're going into our nose or into our mouth. I remember one time, crazy. Yeah, you're right. It's true. I remember one. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're right. I remember one time, I opened my mouth. An insect flew into my mouth, I almost swallowed it, It flew right into my mouth. I was like, my God, what's going on here, It's crazy, we live in a crazy world. That's why we kill them. But the Arizal, he wasn't like this, why? He didn't want to kill nobody. Because he understood, he had big emunah, high emunah, So Arizal knew that if the insect is going to come, or bite you, or do something to you like this, it's all from Hashem, It's not because the insect, it's the Hashem sent him to do it. If an animal comes, to bite somebody, who are you going to blame? The animal? No, it came from Hashem. You have to do teshuvah. That's what it is. Don't blame the animal, blame Hashem. You can't blame Hashem, right? But
let's say mosquito take little blood.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Killing you,
yeah.
Hashem gives little yoneshama.
Yeah. You're right. It's good. Yeah, you're right. It's true. Emet. It's true.
Sin,
okay.
Small, so he has to kill you.
Emet. It's true. Whatever it is. But anyway, right? The Arizal had the emunah to understand that if Hashem sent him to do something to me, he'll do it. I can't stop that. There's no way to stop that. So the only way to stop it is to do teshuvah. So that's why he didn't kill any insects. But we, say, why did Hashem make these insects? Why did He make these mosquitoes? They come bother us. They take our blood, like you said. Whatever. What do we need all these things for? But there's a purpose for everything, like you said. That's what it is. Person has to understand that. Once he understands that, he'll never discount anything. Also, like a person can say, right? This guy, he's so short. He's like a dwarf. He's not even taller than this chair over here. What did Hashem make him for? Like this. What do we need people like this? Short people like this, dwarfs. Midgets. What do we need it for? What Hashem couldn't make him normal size? So the truth is, sometimes it's good to have somebody like that. He can crawl under something, and get something. Sometimes it's good. So a person who's small or somebody who's very, very tall also. Same thing, right? So this is what happened with David HaMelech. They say, right, that he said to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he said. It says like this in the Talmud. Why did you make meshugaim? Crazy people. Why do we need these people for? We have to make bet meshugaim, especially for them. So they could live there. And they break the wall. We have to tie them up in a straitjacket. So they can't move. What did you make these people for? What do we need them for? What, to spend money on them? That's all we need? You know? So we have a Bet Meshugayim, a crazy house. I mean, insane asylum, that's what they call it, right, in English. What do we need this for? Well, what? So then what happened was, one day, right, he was running, you know the story, right? So he was running from Shaul. Shaul was chasing after him. So what happened was that he went to the Eretz Pelishtim, you know? Now we have the Pelishtim, Yimach Shemam, in our times, right? Same name, right? Palestinian, Pelishtim, same thing, right? So these Pelishtim, they were there. So they had a Eretz over there, you know, which was like in Gaza. They had, Gaza. That was Eretz Palestine, you know, and also other places. Ashkelon was Palestine also. You know, they had like 5 towns, 5 cities. You know, the Palestine. So what happened was that David, he ran away to go to the Palestine. Why? Because Shaul was trying to kill him.
He was fighting.
You know what I mean?
He was fighting.
Yeah. So he left. You know, he said, "Listen, one day he's going to catch me and kill me. You know, okay. One time I ran. The other time I ran. One day he's going to catch me, and take me like a fly, right? Like we said, and tackle like this, right? Swat me on the head, finish me off, So he says, what do I need this for? Let me just go, go somewhere and hide. So he went to Palestine, So what happened over there, right? He went to one of the cities, as we said, right? And I think it was Gat, right? That's the name of it, right? There's, by the way, today a city in Israel called Kiryat Gat. Same place, Kiryat Gat. Gat is the name of the city, Gat. Gimel Tough, right? So he went over there to Gat, and there was a king over there, Palestine, So what happened was that the Palestine and the Jews at that time, they had a war, just like we have today, same thing, There was a war going on all the time, constantly wars going on, just like today, same thing, Nothing has changed, you know what I mean? So what happened was that so David HaMelech, who was the number one killer of the Palestine? David was the number one. He killed more Palestine than anybody else, So he was a big warrior, So he goes over there, and sits down over there, some kind of a restaurant over there, something, whatever, sitting down. People are sitting there, eating, whatever, whatever it is. So what happens is, right, that he like put on a costume, dressed up, so they shouldn't think that he's David, They shouldn't think that he's a Jew. You know what I mean? First of all, you know what I mean? Like, if they see a Jew over there, somebody goes today, right, to some place like this, in the West Bank, they'll kill him. If they see a Jew there, they'll kill you right on the spot. You know what I mean? Same thing over there, same thing. No difference. If they see a Jew over there, they'll kill you right there. So he, put on a costume, tried to dress like, probably like them, whatever. So he dressed up, whatever. And, but what happened was that over there was seeing the king in the same place, And his name was Achish, if I'm not mistaken, right? Achish was his name.
His name is Tehillim.
Okay, so, right, exactly, yeah. So that's how he said this Tehillim about this story. That's what he said about. So he went, he's sitting there. Achish is on the next table over there, sitting. And David is on this side. Achish is over there, like me and Boris, like same thing, right? So, so what happened was that. One of the generals, of Achish over there, he tells Achish, he says, listen, look over there. He says, isn't that David over there? That's our enemy, He's sitting right there in the same restaurant, like in the same cafeteria, in the same red. What's good? He says, right, that's David right there. You see him? He says, that's David. Come on, let's go. So what happened was, right, that David, he heard them, speaking, saying these things. In those days, by the way, what language did they speak? Most of the people, Aramaic. Aramaic was. David probably knew Aramaic, obviously, right? All the Jews, they knew Aramaic. So they spoke, David understood, what he was saying. So he says, "Oh my God, I'm finished. That's it, right? I'm done. I'm cooked. My goose is cooked. So what happened was, right, that he said, you know what? In order to save myself, what did he do, right? He made believe that he's meshuga, crazy, So, what did he do, right? Started like going like, and started drooling, from his mouth, coming down, saliva, like this from his mouth, making like a crazy man, So Achish looks at him, He looks like a meshuga, like a meshuga. So he tells just general, he says, this guy, you think this guy's David is meshuga? What are you talking about? What are you trying to do now? Bring me Meshugaim? More Meshugaim into my life? He says, this is not David, this is Meshuga. You crazy? So, they say, by the way, what did Achish really, care so much that he's Meshuga? What does he care so much about this? That's the question, right? So they say that he had a problem with Meshugaim, himself, he had a problem, personally. Why is that? They say because his wife was a Meshuga, So, can you imagine you living all day, 24 hours a day with some Meshuga woman, Shem Yilachem, So all day you're suffering, from some Meshuga lady, when they're Meshuga, they're really Meshuga, what I mean? So he tells him, he says, this guy, says, what are you trying to do now? He says, I have one Meshuga in my house. Now you're trying to bring me another Meshuga? He says, you crazy, he says, you crazy. What are you doing? You crazy. So he didn't believe that he was David. Why? Because David, he played like he's Meshuga. You understand? So this is what...
It says he chased him.
Right, well, yeah, okay, whatever, yeah. Shaul was chasing him, right? That's what it is.
The king saw him.
We'll check that out. You'll show me afterwards, B'ezras Hashem. We'll check it out. But anyway, right, the point is that, right, you see that then David realized, he asked Hashem, why did you make Meshugaim? If it wasn't for Meshugaim, right, you would be now dead, right? Hashem told him, you'd be dead. The only reason you saved your life is because of Meshugaim. To show him, that Hashem makes everybody for a purpose. There's a reason for everything. That's the thing, So what does that mean? I'll give you another example. 1 minute. I'll tell you one thing. For instance, let's say, sometimes there are, like many rabbis, in Israel, and some of them, have some different ideas about halakha, There's machloket, One says like this, one says like that, right? One Queens Boulevard, Yellowstone, 108, right? Main Street. Every rabbi is something else, right? Sometimes. True, right? So what happens is that sometimes, a person thinks, this rabbi, he's saying something very lenient, very, very, very nekel, he's nekel. He says, come on, what kind of rabbi is this? Telling you everything is mutar, everything is allowed, everything is allowed. One day it's going to come, what's going to be? If you're going to make fun of this rabbi, you're going to need also this what this rabbi said. You're going to need it yourself. Because you're going to need the kula. Because now you can't do the other way. So you have to do this way. So don't make fun, of a rabbi who says like this or like that. Because you never know. One day you're going to come and need that. That's why Hashem shows you, that don't make fun of nothing or nobody or no idea also, and because one day you're going to come and need it. And then you're going to see that, why did you make it, Hashem? What do I do this for? You need it yourself now. You see? That don't make fun of nothing. ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנניה שאומר, אז הקדוש ברוך הוא עושה בישראל, לפיכך חיבר להם תורה ומצוות, שנאמר אדוני חפש, למען צדקו יגדיר תורה וידיר.